With almost 20,000 electric vehicles sold in 2022, Tata Motors has become the highest selling electric car maker in India. To further boost this, it has an interesting plan in the form of this. This is the Nexon EV Max, or the electric version of the Nexon SUV, but with a bigger battery and an extended range. The manufacturer says it sees a good demand for electric vehicles now. In fact, more than 9,000 units were sold in the last few months alone. And out of the 20,000, 19,000 units are of the Nexon SUV alone. This new Nexon EV Max will help cater to this demand while also offering a better claimed range of 437 km to the buyers on a single charge. Now, we'll obviously tell you about the cosmetic changes and the feature additions, but while on the go. Before we get into the details, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the CarWale YouTube channel, hit the bell icon for notifications, and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Now, while I'm at it, I also have my colleague Venkat with us as he's driven the older version. So Venkat, what do you think about the visual changes with this one?
So, firstly, this is not like an all-new car. It's a higher version of the Nexon EV range, and so there aren't really those many exterior changes. You get a new design for the alloy wheels, dual tone paint scheme with is electric sunroof, and this color scheme that's there, which Tata has called Intensity. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly.
Yeah.
Bit of a mouthful.
Then apart from them, there are another two color options.
Two color options.
Grey.
So I think there's a grey and there is a white. Right? The white is so standard, and these dual tone shades are specific to the Nexon EV Max. There's surprisingly no badges or anything at the back that say Max of any kind, and I suppose that the only differentiation is of course the alloy wheels and the dual tone paint scheme.
Maybe that badge would have given it an exclusivity or thing that.
I mean, yeah, that is something that people want, right? You're paying more, so you'd like to stand out a bit, right?
I personally think this is one of the best looking compact SUVs, and hence I think I can relate to why people like it so much.
I mean, in the 2 years that it's been on sale, Tata's managed to move over 20,000 of them, and for a car in this price range, that should really speak of something, right?
Yes, but then what about the interior? It looks more or less the same.
So like the outside, like we said, that this is a higher version of the Nexon EV. The interiors has not changed at all. You get the same amount of space, headroom, legroom, front, back, it's all exactly the same as the standard car. What is new, however, is this upholstery, which I think Tata calls Marcana Beige, which is specific to the Nexon EV Max, and I think it's specific to this XZ Plus Luxe variant, the top of the line model. Along with this, in the standard car, you get another shade of beige and white. Other than that, yeah, I guess it's the same inside.
Well, I am in a comfortable place, and I think so are you. But then, what about the features? I think there are some additions. Would you like to shed some light on it?
So, this being priced higher than the car, the standard model, so I guess 1.8 lakhs, that's the price difference. For that, you get on the top spec model, you now get ventilated front seats, cruise control, electric sunroof, What else?
This illuminated
The,
dial that
uh,
has been
the-
introduced.
The gear shift dial is now illuminated in the center, which, if you think back a little bit hard, goes back to the Jaguar Land Rover days, where the XF, when it was launched, had it pulsed right when it came out. So I guess they've taken a play on that. You also get wireless charging, which is something that was solely missing on the previous car, and you also get the Z Connect app, which
So
Tata
there is
used.
new connected features.
Yes, you get some new connected features. You also get smartwatch integration,
Correct.
which is again, it's in the 2 years that the Nexon has been here, it's picked up in a large way. So I guess it was bound to happen. So we have now looked at changes on the outside, changes on the inside, as well as updates to the feature list. And you've been behind the wheel for quite a bit. So what's it like to drive? Is it very different from the standard Nexon EV?
Not really. In fact, this one's 100 kilos heavier than the existing Nexon EV, but this is as quick and does make quick progress as well. After all, Tata Motors claims this one can do the 0 to 100 kilometer sprint in under 9 seconds.
But yeah, in this price category and bracket, it's actually a really nice number to achieve.
To give you the specs, the new Nexon EV Max is powered by an IP67 rated 40.5 kilowatt-hour lithium battery pack as against the 30.2 kilowatt lithium polymer one on the existing one. This bigger battery comes mated to a permanent magnet synchronous AC motor delivering 141 bhp and 250 Newton meter of torque. So it still has that pulling power and doesn't feel like it will face any challenge climbing an uphill. But that we shall ascertain later when we get it for a full-fledged road test. Now we'll be focusing on the city conditions where it certainly will be used for most of the time by all buyers.
So you've been at it for quite a bit, and one of the questions that I have is that this car gets an uprated charger, where the old one got 3.3 kilowatt hours. This one also gets the option of a 7.2 kilowatt hour for an extra 50 grand. Do you think it'll make a difference?
Most certainly it will, especially because you can charge this one in like 6.5 hours. Plus this one already gets the CCS 2 type charging port, so it can be just plugged into any public charging units.
port. Okay, and yeah, that increases its versatility, right? Yeah.
The biggest advantage of this is that if you can find a 50 kilowatt DC charging outlet, it can charge from 0 to 80% in 56 minutes. Yes, just under an hour. Also, do note, Tata Motors continues to offer the 3.3 kilowatt AC charger, which takes about 15 hours to charge from 10 to 100% from any 15 ampere socket. So prospective buyers can opt for any of these AC chargers and install it at their home or office.
Ninad, how easy is it to drive?
Quite a lot actually, given its compact footprint, and we know how easy the regular Nexon is to drive, so this is also more or less the same. It uses a single speed transmission for an automatic like drive and better bearings to minimize the rolling energy loss. Also, spring rates have gone up to accommodate the increase in weight. Then, damping has also been altered along with tire pressures to compensate for additional mass and still keep the dynamics of the car similar. It does feel as capable as the Nexon we know. Still, we shall have an in-depth idea about this later when we get more time to spend with the car.
So one of the things I read is that it gets Regen Modes.
So yes, apart from these 3 driving modes, the car maker has now added 4-level regenerative braking. This multi-mode provides the driver the choice of setting regen according to his driving style to maximize the energy. 0 has no regen and 1, 2, 3 are varying levels adding to braking and eventually energy recuperation, all depending on driving comfort, different situations and terrain. After all, it's said 79% buyers get this car for personal usage, 85% of these self-drive and more than 95% prefer home charging. So, the more energy you save, the better. So, the Nexon EV Max costs about Rs 1.8 lakh more than the standard EV. But then, for this premium, you get about 35 to 40% more driving range and quite a lot of premium features. Now, here's the exact variant-wise pricing of the EV Max. The table alongside also shows you the difference over the standard EV for reference. Now, unless you find the charging process to be a hassle or its price considerably higher than the ICE powered siblings, the only other thing might make you rethink before buying this is limited sources to charge the vehicle. But then remember, Tata Motors started with 50 chargers in 5 cities and now have 1,300 of them in more than 200 cities. That said, I'll still say for a slight premium, just get the 7.2 kilowatt charger for faster charging. Now, overall, be it for its enhanced range, cost effectiveness to use daily, or even for all the SUV traits in an electric vehicle, the Nexon EV Max is a good proposition to buy.